Did you know that some of the world's earliest known civilizations found their roots in Palestine? A land of great antiquity, Palestine's story begins with ancient civilizations that left indelible marks on the pages of history. The tale commences with the Canaanites, the first known inhabitants of Palestine. These fascinating people, who lived as far back as the 3rd millennium before the Common Era, were known for their rich culture and advanced city-states. Their legacy, deeply inscribed in the soil of Palestine, laid the groundwork for the civilizations that followed. Next to appear on this historical stage were the Philistines. Around the 12th century BCE, these seafaring folks originating from the Aegean region arrived and settled along the southern coast of Palestine. They established 5 major city-states, each ruled by a king. Their contact with other cultures, including the Egyptians and Hittites, fostered a unique blend of cultural influences, which was reflected in their art, architecture, and religious practices. The baton of history then passed to the Israelites, who emerged around the 1st millennium BCE. Their story is one of the most well-known and influential narratives in the world, thanks in large part to the writings of the Hebrew Bible. The Israelites established a kingdom that would later split into 2, Israel in the north and Judah in the south. Their tale, filled with wars, exiles, and returns, is a testament to their resilience and determination. But what made Palestine such a hotbed for these ancient civilizations? A key factor was its strategic location, situated at the crossroads of Asia, Africa, and Europe. This made Palestine a cultural melting pot, absorbing and blending the influences of countless peoples and civilizations that passed through or settled in its lands. Thus, the seed of a rich and complex history was planted in this land. A history that weaves a tapestry of human civilization, from its dawn to the present day. A history that continues to unfold and shape the world. Palestine has seen the rise and fall of empires. It was a coveted jewel for many conquerors. This land, steeped in antiquity, has been a stage where the grand narratives of history were played out, with each empire leaving its unique signature on the region's tapestry. First, let's turn back the clock to the 5th century BC. The mighty Persian Empire, under the rule of King Cyrus the Great, swept across the region, adding Palestine to its collection of territories. This period was marked by relative peace and the return of many exiled Jews back to their homeland, leaving an indelible mark on Palestine's demographic mosaic. Fast forward a few centuries, and the Roman Empire was the new sovereign. The Romans brought with them a wave of architectural prowess, gifting Palestine with magnificent edifices, roads, and aqueducts. But their rule was also marred by revolts, the most notable of which led to the destruction of the Second Temple in Jerusalem, a pivotal moment in Jewish history. Next, we journey into the era of the Byzantine Empire, the eastern continuation of the Roman Empire. This period saw the flourishing of Christian culture and the construction of iconic structures like the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Palestine became a pilgrimage destination, forever etching its importance in the annals of Christian history. Finally, let's step into the age of the Ottoman Empire. For 4 centuries, from the early 16th to the early 20th, the Ottomans reigned over Palestine. They brought administrative changes, introduced new agricultural practices, and built impressive fortresses. Despite their fall, their influence lingers in the region's culture and architecture. So you see, Palestine's history is a vibrant mosaic of cultures, a testament to its strategic importance and the diversity of its people. Each empire, in its own way, contributed to the evolution of this region, painting a layer in the grand canvas of its history. The succession of empires left an indelible mark on Palestine, shaping its identity and destiny. The echoes of their influence reverberate through time, resonating in the land's architecture, culture, and spirit. The 20th century brought a new player to Palestine, the British. The defeat of the Ottoman Empire in World War I paved the way for British control, marking the beginning of the British Mandate period. The British were handed the responsibility of restoring order and establishing a governing infrastructure. One significant event during this period was the Balfour Declaration in 1917, wherein Britain publicly expressed support for a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. This declaration set the wheels in motion for a significant rise in Jewish immigration to the region. However, the influx of Jewish immigrants didn't sit well with the Arab Palestinians. They saw the increasing Jewish presence as a threat to their own national aspirations and to their way of life. This led to escalating tension between the two groups, often resulting in violence. This period set the stage for the conflict that would define the region's future. 1948 was a year of joy for some, and a year of catastrophe for others. This was the year that saw the creation of the State of Israel, an event that sparked joy among Jews worldwide who finally had a homeland after centuries of persecution. However, for the Palestinians who had been living there, this event spelled disaster. The United Nations, in an effort to solve the Jewish refugee crisis following the Second World War, decided to partition Palestine into a Jewish and an Arab state. The Jewish leadership accepted the plan, but the Arab nations strongly opposed it, leading to the outbreak of the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. In the midst of the chaos, around 700,000 Palestinians were displaced from their homes, an event known as the Nakba, or catastrophe. While some fled due to the fear of war, others were forcibly expelled. These Palestinian refugees were scattered across neighboring Arab countries, setting up camps that, in many cases, remain to this day. The war ended in 1949, with Israel controlling much of the former Palestine territory. The Palestinians who remained within Israel's borders became a minority in the new Jewish state, while those who had fled or been expelled were left stateless, their homes and lands now in the hands of a different people. The birth of Israel was seen as a miracle by many Jews, a fulfillment of the Zionist dream. It was a beacon of hope, offering a safe haven for Jews around the world. Yet for the Palestinians, it signified the loss of their homeland, the beginning of a long struggle for justice and recognition. The creation of Israel and the Palestinian exodus is a complex, multifaceted event, with both parties having legitimate claims and grievances. The events of that year continue to shape the politics, society, and culture of the region. The events of 1948 left a deep and lasting scar on the Palestinian people. The birth of Israel and the Palestinian exodus is a story of joy and sorrow, hope and despair, a story that continues to unfold to this day. The struggle for a homeland continues for the Palestinians. As we move into the present, the situation in Palestine reflects a region marred by a prolonged conflict, yet striving for peace. The West Bank and the Gaza Strip, two significant regions, are at the heart of this ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The West Bank, a landlocked territory east of Israel, is under Israeli occupation, but is home to a large Palestinian population. Despite the adversities they face, Palestinians here continue to strive for autonomy and recognition. The Gaza Strip, on the other hand, is a self-governing Palestinian territory locked between Israel and Egypt. It's a place where the struggle for resources and freedom is a daily reality for its inhabitants. At the core of this conflict lies the quest for Palestinian statehood, a dream that for many remains elusive. Yet despite the challenges, the spirit of resilience and the hope for peace remains strong in Palestine. The journey is long and fraught, but the determination of the Palestinian people is unwavering.